Okay, whoa, there we go.
Nice. That was
How about
good.
that? How about the Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah,
From 2016, isn't that spectacular?
Yes, it is.
Because the Teddy Roosevelt, of course, was one of those. Now, there's going to be as many as 30,000 Teddy Roosevelt. It's only going to be equally as rare as the $30,000 coin. But it has been amazingly popular because of the theme.
Yes.
Of course, they do this for each individual state, okay, has its national park or national historic area. So North Dakota they have the Badlands. The Teddy Roosevelt National Park is right there, as you can see, in North Dakota. And that's the Badlands right there. As a matter of fact, my wife's family grew up within a stone's throw of exactly where he is right there, is ultimately what it comes down to. And there we have the Teddy Roosevelt. And I have a very, very, very few of these at my original issue price, once again, of $189.95. And how many of those do we actually even have? I think it's probably very, very limited at this point. I love this. I don't know why we don't have a name for that. And I love the fact it says approximately 99.9%. And I know HSN likes to err on the side of caution, but it's not approximately 99.9. It is exactly, metallurgically, 99.995%, actually, is what it is. So it's not approximately, it's exactly 0.99995. That's the percentage of this. Once again, 5 ounces of that 99995. I have 132 is all I have of the original Teddy Roosevelts. Once again, 999 fine silver right there, 5 ounces, and there you go of the Teddy Roosevelt. Actually, that's the Ozark. I'm just showing you the other side of that. So when you look at this, understand it wasn't that long ago that the silver in this was 250 bucks. Wasn't that long ago that the silver in this was, because it's $50 an ounce. There's 5 ounces of pure silver. So it wasn't that long ago. The melt value was $250. Okay? We're at $189. Understand, you get over a quarter pound of pure silver. Then you get the phenomenally rare coin part of it, okay? The fact that it was a coin that they only made like 30, I think there was 32,000